Welcome to Bible Quiz Tube. Bible enthusiasts, are you ready to test your Old Testament knowledge of the Book of Ruth? This quiz features 30 hard questions that would have even the most seasoned Bible student thinking very hard. Step into the quiz and discover the amazing story of Naomi and Ruth, from the faithfulness and loyalty to redemption and hope. Explore how God's plan unfolds through seemingly ordinary events. Get ready to dive deep and see how many questions you can answer correctly. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a quiz. Share your scores in the comments below and challenge your friends to join in the fun. Let the quiz begin. Question 1. Who was Elimelech's wife? A. Naomi. B. Hannah. C. Orpah. D. Ruth. The correct answer is A. Naomi. The explanation. Naomi was Elimelech's wife, whose name means pleasant. Her story calls attention to resilience and God's providence amidst loss and despair, offering hope for those enduring trials. Ruth chapter 1 verse 2. Question 2. Why did Elimelech and his family leave Bethlehem? A. War. B. Persecution. C. Disease. D. Famine. The correct answer is D. Famine. The explanation. Like a family today moving across the country during tough economic times, Elimelech's journey from Bethlehem shows how God works through our struggles. Even in the house of bread, where abundance should have been certain, God allowed hardship to set the stage for a greater story of faith and redemption through Ruth. Ruth chapter 1 verse 1. Question 3. What were the names of Naomi's two sons? A. Levi and Pur. B. Chilion and Shimeon. C. Mahlon and Chilion. D. Mahlon and Joab. The correct answer is C. Mahlon and Chilion. The explanation. Like many of us who bear wounds from life's hardships, Naomi's sons carried names that spoke of suffering. Mahlon, sickness, and Chilion, failing. Though their deaths brought deep pain, God hadn't finished writing the story. Through Ruth, He showed that our darkest chapters can become gateways to His grace. Ruth chapter 1 verse 2. Question 4. Which country did Elimelech's family move to? A. Midian. B. Moab. C. Canaan. D. Egypt. The correct answer is B. Moab. The explanation. Moab was a land historically hostile to Israel, but became a place of refuge for Elimelech's family. This underscores how God works through unexpected places and people, as seen in Ruth's story. Ruth chapter 1 verses 1 to 2. Question 5. What happened to Elimelech in Moab? A. He died there. B. He became sick. C. He became wealthy. D. He became a ruler. The correct answer is A. He died there. The explanation. When life falls apart and we feel far from God's plan, like losing a spouse like Naomi did with Elimelech or facing hardship in unfamiliar places, remember Naomi's story. Her pain became the backdrop for Ruth's incredible faithfulness and God's perfect provision, showing how He weaves hope through our darkest seasons. Ruth chapter 1 verse 3. Question 6. What were the names of Naomi's daughters-in-law? A. Miriam and Deborah. B. Esther and Abigail. C. Ruth and Orpah. D. Hannah and Rachel. The correct answer is C. Ruth and Orpah. The explanation. Ruth and Orpah were Moabite women who married Naomi's sons Mahlon and Chilion. After the deaths of their husbands, Orpah returned to Moab, but Ruth pledged devotion to Naomi and YHWH, becoming great-grandmother to King David and an ancestor in Jesus' genealogy. Ruth chapter 1 verses 4 to 17. Question 7. How long did Naomi live in Moab before her sons died? A. 8 years. B. 10 years. C. 20 years. D. 5 years. The correct answer is B. 10 years. The explanation. After they had lived there about 10 years, both Mahlon and Chilion also died, and Naomi was left without her 2 sons and her husband. Ruth chapter 1 verses 4 to 5. This time of sorrow highlighted God's long-term plan for redemption through Ruth's steadfastness. Question 8. What prompted Naomi to return to Bethlehem? A. A family reunion. B. A dream. C. A message from an angel. D. The end of the famine. The correct answer is D. The end of the famine. The explanation. Naomi heard that God had provided food for his people in Bethlehem, reflecting his faithfulness. This return marks the beginning of Ruth's journey to become part of God's redemptive plan. Ruth chapter 1 verse 6. Question 9. Which daughter-in-law decided to stay in Moab? A. Naomi. B. Ruth. C. Orpah. D. Esther. The correct answer is C. Orpah. The explanation. Orpah decided to return to her people and God's. Like many Christians facing major life decisions, Ruth and Orpah stood at a crossroads. Ruth chose to embrace a new faith family, leaving her comfort zone to follow God's path, while Orpah took the familiar route home. Their story mirrors our own choices between bold faith and comfortable tradition. Ruth chapter 1 verses 14 to 15. Question 10. What did Ruth say to Naomi when asked to return to Moab? A. I cannot leave my home. B. Your people will be my people, and your God my God. C. I will visit Bethlehem occasionally. D. I will return to my people. The correct answer is B. Your people will be my people, and your God my God. The explanation. Ruth's bold leap of faith changed everything. She chose trust over comfort, and God turned her story into part of his bigger plan for salvation, leading to her inclusion in the lineage of Jesus. Ruth chapter 1 verses 16 to 17. Question 11. In whose field did Ruth go to glean? A. Chilion. B. Boaz. C. Mahlon. D. Elimelech. The correct answer is B. Boaz. The explanation. Ruth gleaned in Boaz's field, a kinsman redeemer. His kindness foreshadowed God's provision and redemption, paving the way for her role in the lineage of David and Jesus. Ruth chapter 2 verse 3. Question 12. What did Boaz say to Ruth when he first met her? A. Stay in my field. B. Do not glean here. C. Why are you here? D. You are blessed for your kindness to Naomi. The correct answer is D. You are blessed for your kindness to Naomi. The explanation. Your faithfulness to family, even when it's hard, doesn't go unnoticed by God. Just as Boaz recognized Ruth's loving sacrifice for her mother-in-law, God sees and blesses those who put others before themselves. Through Ruth's story, we're reminded that living selflessly leads to unexpected blessings. Ruth chapter 2 verses 11 to 12. You're doing great so far. If you're enjoying the quiz, hit the like button and subscribe for more Bible quiz content. Share your score in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Let's dive back in. Question 13. What instructions did Boaz give his workers about Ruth? A. Leave extra grain for her. B. Send her away. C. Charge her for the grain she takes. D. Rebuke her for gleaning. The correct answer is A. Leave extra grain for her. The explanation. Consider those in your workplace or community who quietly struggle to make ends meet. Like Boaz, you can intentionally create opportunities for them, whether through mentoring, job referrals, or sharing resources. This mirrors God's heart to provide for those in need through his people's thoughtful generosity. Ruth chapter 2 verses 15 to 16. Question 14. What meal did Boaz share with Ruth? A. Fruits and nuts. B. Fish and bread. C. Bread and roasted grain. D. Meat and wine. The correct answer is C. Bread and roasted grain. The explanation. At mealtime, Boaz said to her, "Come over here, have some bread and dip it in the wine vinegar." When she sat down with the harvesters, he offered her some roasted grain. She ate all she wanted and had some left over. Ruth chapter 2 verse 14. Question 15. How much grain did Ruth gather on her first day of gleaning? A. A cup. B. A handful. C. An ephah. D. A bushel. The correct answer is C. An ephah. The explanation. Ruth gathered about an ephah of barley, showing her diligence and God's abundant provision. This mirrors the biblical principle that hard work combined with God's blessing yields fruitfulness. Ruth chapter 2 verse 17. Question 16. What did Naomi say when she learned Ruth gleaned in Boaz's field? A. Blessed be the Lord who has not forsaken his kindness. B. Boaz cannot help us. C. You should not glean in a relative's field. D. Go glean somewhere else. The correct answer is A. Blessed be the Lord who has not forsaken his kindness. The explanation. Even in our darkest moments, God works through unexpected people. Like how he used Boaz's generosity to restore Naomi's hope, just as he provided for them, he still provides for us today through relationships and acts of kindness that remind us of his unfailing love. Ruth chapter 2 verse 20. Question 17. What relationship did Naomi reveal about Boaz to Ruth? A. He was her former suitor. B. He was a distant relative. C. He was a stranger. D. He was a kinsman redeemer. The correct answer is D. He was a kinsman redeemer. The explanation. Boaz, as kinsman redeemer, had the right and responsibility to restore Naomi's family property and continue their lineage. This vital role in ancient Israel foreshadowed Christ's redemption of humanity, highlighting God's plan through ordinary circumstances. Ruth chapter 2 verse 20. Question 18. What advice did Naomi give to Ruth regarding Boaz? A. Leave Moab and return home. B. Go to the threshing floor and lie at his feet. C. Ask for more grain tomorrow. D. Stay away from him. The correct answer is B. Go to the threshing floor and lie at his feet. The explanation. In Ruth chapter 3 verses 3 to 4, Naomi advises Ruth to approach Boaz with humility, seeking him as a kinsman redeemer. Ruth's courageous action demonstrates her trust in God's perfect plan, encouraging modern Christians to have faith in God's guidance and believe in his purposeful timing in their lives. Question 19. What did Boaz say about Ruth's character? A. She was a foreigner. B. She was a woman of noble character. C. She was unworthy. D. She was too bold. The correct answer is B. She was a woman of noble character. The explanation. In Ruth chapter 3 verse 11, Boaz commends Ruth as a noble woman, recognizing her steadfast integrity and unwavering loyalty. Her life exemplifies how genuine faith and moral strength honor God and positively impact those around her, inspiring modern Christians to embrace these timeless virtues. Question 20. What obstacle did Boaz mention in redeeming Ruth? A. Another kinsman redeemer was closer in relation. B. Naomi objected. C. He was not wealthy enough. D. Ruth was a foreigner. The correct answer is A. Another kinsman redeemer was closer in relation. The explanation. Boaz revealed there was a closer relative with the first right of redemption. This emphasizes integrity in following legal and moral procedures, reflecting God's order and justice. Ruth chapter 3 verses 12 to 13. Question 21. What did Boaz give to Ruth before she left the threshing floor? A. A ring. B. A letter of promise. C. Money. D. 6 measures of barley. The correct answer is D. 6 measures of barley. The explanation. In Ruth chapter 3 verses 15 to 17, Boaz gives Ruth 6 measures of barley, demonstrating provision and kindness to Naomi. This generous act mirrors God's abundant care for His people today, encouraging modern Christians to trust in His unwavering support and embrace His blessings in their daily lives. Question 22. Where did Boaz go to settle the matter of redemption? A. Naomi's house. B. The temple. C. The town gate. D. The threshing floor. The correct answer is C. The town gate. The explanation. The town gate served as ancient Israel's courthouse and civic center where elders conducted legal matters. Boaz's choice of this public venue demonstrated his honorable intentions and adherence to Jewish law in redeeming Ruth's family line. Ruth chapter 4 verse 1. You're doing great so far. If you're enjoying the quiz, hit the like button and subscribe for more Bible quiz content. Share your score in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Let's dive back in. Question 23. How many elders did Boaz gather as witnesses? A. 12. B. 10. C. 5. D. 7. The correct answer is B. 10. The explanation. 10 elders served as witnesses, a number signifying completeness in Hebrew tradition. Their presence made the transaction legally binding and publicly validated, showing Boaz's adherence to God's law in redeeming Ruth's inheritance. Ruth chapter 4 verse 2. Question 24. What land did Boaz offer to the closer kinsman redeemer? A. The land belonging to Elimelech. B. Naomi's field. C. Ruth's inheritance. D. His own property. The correct answer is A. The land belonging to Elimelech. The explanation. Boaz offered Elimelech's land to the closer kinsman redeemer, adhering to the laws of inheritance and showing God's provision for preserving family heritage. Ruth chapter 4 verses 3 to 4. Question 25. Why did the closer kinsman redeemer refuse to redeem the land? A. He was unable to afford it. B. He disliked Ruth. C. He was not interested in marriage. D. It would jeopardize his inheritance. The correct answer is D. It would jeopardize his inheritance. The explanation. The closer kinsman redeemer declined because marrying Ruth and redeeming the land would complicate his own inheritance. This opened the way for Boaz to redeem Ruth. Ruth chapter 4 verse 6. Question 26. What was the custom in Israel to confirm a transaction? A. A written agreement. B. Removing a sandal. C. A handshake. D. A public declaration. The correct answer is B. Removing a sandal. The explanation. In ancient Israel, removing a sandal and giving it to another was a symbolic act to confirm a transaction, highlighting the importance of clear agreements. Ruth chapter 4 verse 7. Question 27. What did Boaz publicly announce after the kinsman redeemer declined? A. He would sell the land to someone else. B. He would leave Bethlehem. C. He would redeem Naomi's land and marry Ruth. D. He would not redeem the land. The correct answer is C. He would redeem Naomi's land and marry Ruth. The explanation. Boaz declared his intention to redeem the land and marry Ruth, fulfilling the role of kinsman redeemer and demonstrating God's faithfulness in preserving his people. Ruth chapter 4 verses 9 to 10. Question 28. What did the women of Bethlehem say about Ruth? A. She was better than 7 sons. B. She was good to Naomi. C. She was kind and humble. D. She should return to Moab. The correct answer is A. She was better than 7 sons. The explanation. The women of Bethlehem recognized Ruth's loyalty and love for Naomi, praising her as a blessing greater than 7 sons, a testimony to her godly character. Ruth chapter 4 verse 15. Question 29. What was the name of Ruth and Boaz's son? A. David. B. Solomon. C. Obed. D. Jesse. The correct answer is C. Obed. The explanation. Obed, the son of Ruth and Boaz, became the grandfather of King David, showing how God weaves his redemptive plan through faithful individuals. Ruth chapter 4 verse 17. Question 30. What significant role did Obed have in Israel's history? A. He was a prophet. B. He was the grandfather of King David. C. He was a high priest. D. He led the Exodus. The correct answer is B. He was the grandfather of King David. The explanation. Obed's place in Israel's history connects Ruth's story to the lineage of David and ultimately to Jesus Christ, showcasing God's providential work through generations. Ruth chapter 4 verse 17. Congratulations on completing all the questions. Thank you for joining us on today's quiz here on Bible QuizTube. Your engagement, every comment, like, and shared insight makes this community truly special. Together, we grow closer to God's Word with every question answered. Did today's questions challenge you? Share your score and thoughts in the comments. Your insight could inspire someone else and light the way for others. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell for tough Bible quizzes, trivia, and encouragement that inspire and challenge. Have a question or topic you'd love us to explore? Drop it in the comments. Your curiosity shapes the content we create and helps us grow together. Remember, every question brings us one step closer to understanding His truth. Until next time, may His Word guide your steps and light your path. See you in the next challenging Bible quiz. Stay blessed.